in the screen. All right, fine. Okay, so what this is mirror class, but I want to go over a few things. And basically, first of all, I'd like to make sure that people know about the new video. Now, I don't know if you saw, not the predictions ones, but have you seen the predictions ones? Okay, if you get a chance, get that. But basically, I kind of went on a rant on the new one because, okay. So basically what's going on is the first one I did was about the energy shift that we all went through, and I feel a few people, and even in the last class that was here, I thought it was just me having crashing computers, but about 4 people I've talked to, their computers crashed during that time as well. So if your focus is computers or it's customer service or something, you're going to, whatever your focus is, it's going to, that's in an energy, what it's like an energy time crunch. It's a surge of energy, which we're going to have quite a few more. It's okay, you're not in the picture, it's here really. Okay, so basically, just beware, you might like to look at that because it's going to occur more, and I didn't give you the video ahead because you had to experience it before I actually talked about it. So a lot of you have, I'm afraid, and also all over the world actually have sent me emails about it, but I identified it with, so what I got again was the new one, which is a period of clarification. All right, I'm not going to go into it, but please go see the latest one, but make sure you see the energy shift because otherwise it won't make sense.
What's the title of it?
It's called The Next Phase. Okay, and it is literally a period of clarification where you're going to be finding, and I'll quickly give you in synopsis because, all right, who here has been experiencing this, where they're getting presented with people in front of them who are, you suddenly see that were so-called friends, but they're gossips or they're not who they seem to be, and yeah, I'm afraid, and they're revealing their shadow side. Okay, in other words, and this is also family, friends, and in other words, you're going to, it's literally a period of clarification. It goes until about July 27th, and I am letting you know, but don't be hypercritical, but this is for you to be a voyeur, where you're going to be, how we're going to be doing today. You're going to be a voyeur going backwards in a way on your life, which I'll explain in a minute. But basically, all I want you to do is to see and find who around you is, you really feel, and then remember all the logics, and there are about 4 or 5 of you in here, the logics, you know who you are, I'm not going to point them out, where you don't think of it with your head, but try and feel it from your heart, okay? In other words, am I being hypercritical or too logical about it? Is it that somebody that I'm seeing is really, they're meaning their best, but it could be a double face where they're not necessarily, they're being who they are, but they're actually trying to help you, but they don't know how, so they are in a way manipulating you. So watch it. So you need to know where your boundaries are. So this is, the clarification period is one, knowing who your friends are, and I mean who your real allies are, okay? And remember, there are friends and there are colleagues, in other words, what I call colleagues, where, you know, you chum around, but really, you know, friends are friends that you can trust your heart with and your soul with. But you need to, not you need to, what they're saying is you might like to, not compartmentalize, but just be clear on which one belong in which box, okay? Because you're going to find later on, and this will be nearer September, and I'll put the video out at that time, where literally you're going to be in a time period, and who's probably already experiencing some of it to a degree, where you just are screaming in your head, where you can't stand any more information or any more things happening, or any more, it's just become too much, too intense with things. Anybody? I'll be surprised if. Right. All right. So you think this is bad? Wait until September. So what we're saying is not to say, here's the broom clearing out, but here's the broom, and you might like to be selective in who you want near you. Your energy is changing, whether you know it or not. It's up to you. I'm not here to force my opinion, not my opinions, our opinions on you. It is for you to clarify, okay, where you are and what you like in your own house. So see it as your own, not even a house, a ranch, because I don't like being claustrophobic here. So your own ranch, and woo the borders, the gates there, who do you want to let in, and allow them to not dictate, but to share what your dreams are. Remember, if somebody is, and it's going to be heightened, all right, even though the people that you love, all right, it's going to even be more magnified, where they're going to see that, well, you're going to see that they are so nitpicky, or they're more annoying than usual. I hate to say it, and and it sounds awful to say it that way, but you know me, guys, I'm brutal. But in other words, why didn't I notice that before, that they're so nitpicky, or they're just trying to dominate in a very subtle way, but you're going to see clearly what's going on, all right? So I'm not here to scare you, and I know that kind of does scare you, some of you, but it is for your own sanity, because I hate to say it, by end of July through September and a bit more than that, you are going to be at this screaming phase where if you don't stop, it's like a strainer. If you don't block the people that you don't want around you, you'll find that they won't come. They won't come through the gate and annoy you. They're like ankle biters. I hate to say it. Okay, does that make sense?
Say it again.
Okay, it's like a strainer that you're going to put at a sifter at the gate, the
Because
marble
we're
gate.
supposed to.
Well, no, it's up to you.
Discernment.
Yeah, discernment, correct. Not that you're supposed to, it's up to you, your prerogative. I'm not going to tell anybody to do or not to do. But basically we're giving you filters, and that's what it is. You're going to use your own filters to decide, well, I need more peace in my life. I need more time, not even alone so much, because some of you have children, and there's not going to be peace there, I know, but you need to have more clarification. You're going to be getting more and more information on another level for those people who want it, and I'm talking about what I get. But you also have to be clear that you can have everything, but your mind's going to kind of explode. There's so much time in the world, and you're trying to work, you're doing it, you're studying or working or whatever. You need to clarify, okay? Now the controllers, and this is another class that's called Face Your Fears, but more so on GIGO, which is garbage in, garbage out. You don't know about it, but we talked about briefly, right, GIGO? But GIGO is garbage in, garbage out, which is computer language, but basically it's constructed into 3 classes, and it takes 3 months to get through, and it literally is debarking. And what you're doing is looking at yourself and seeing how much conditioning, the first class is conditioning, how much you've been conditioned by others, who's conditioned you, and needless to say, even where we're going today, you're going to go backwards, and in Mirror Mirror, you're going to go literally backwards. Who believes that they are actually created before they are actually born into this world? Good. Because we're going to go all the way backwards before you're born, and that's how I'm able to tell who's going to have children and how many. All right. Those who've had readings with me, have I been pretty accurate?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you all have, haven't you?
You're brutal.
Lively brutal. Okay. All right. So basically, what I'm saying is, you are conditioned even then, at that time, before you're born. Your parents condition you, circumstances around them condition you. So we're going to go back to the first, in the Mirror Mirror class. Ooh, that's a good catch. First millisecond that you were created in this life. So you aren't attached to anybody who's looking after you, who's a grandparent or a great-grandparent, one of your personal guides. They pick you, you don't pick them. So even before you're attached to it, your parents or anything, you're going to find out what, hopefully all of you are going to feel it, what real unconditional love is, okay? So that's that. But with GIGO, what's going on is, for reiteration, is that you're going to be not deconditioned. You make your own choices. If you decide, oh, I don't want that. As I said in one class, that if somebody came over to you, Jenny, and said, oh, I really, I'm your aunt or whatever, I really love you, slap. And every time she sees you, she does that to you, but you equate love with a slap in the head. All right, so you don't know, you're being conditioned that is equated to love with her. So what I'm trying to do, or in the classes, is going to be putting a mirror and saying, is that really love? I can't decide for you. You have to kind of decompress from that, okay? So that's only one portion of it. And then controllers. Why I'm bringing that GIGO up is controllers are going to get hit hard. So if you don't want to get, don't get scared, I can see some of you. The controllers are going to get hit because I'm going to really, other than point it out, but also show how controlling, being a controller, which most, quite frankly, women are, and I'm a recovering controller, or trying to, is that it actually, the more you try and control, the less control you have. But I'm going to go into more depth in that class, okay? So if you're really interested in that, one of a few prerequisites is this one, psychic protection. Face Your Fears is a big one. That's the biggie that's coming up. Face Your Fears in Tustin is coming up in May, okay? Because I'm trying to get a few people more into that and then lined up, all right? But
this is not Memorial Day weekend.
yeah, thank you for reminding me. I'm terrible because I work through holidays, so I'm a bit clueless. So I'll make sure I do.
Because I'll be gone that week.
No, everybody will probably be gone that weekend. No. Have you taken, Kathleen, you taken Face Your Fears?
No, I have to take Face Your
Okay.
Fears and GEICO.
Okay, yeah, GEICO nobody's taken for about 3 years, okay?
Bring it on.
Yeah, I know, but Face Your
You're
Fears, I
brave.
know a lot of people, it was about,
I know.
I can't remember, 68 people started through all the four or five classes, and then Face Your Fears. It dropped down to about, 25 or something, because people were afraid of facing their fears. Yeah, surprisingly, but that's okay. They weren't meant to take it, and I always believe classes choose you, you don't choose classes. All right, you know that, right? So anyway, basically that's why you're all here, and the people who signed up, some of them aren't here. They're not meant to take it. All right? So basically the controllers are going to have it really hard in July. Be warned. So clean out what you can, let go what you can on the controllers, please. All right? And it'll be easier, so don't come crying to me and saying, oh, I wish I'd listened to you. Well, I can't do it for anything for you. I can give you tools, which all the classes are going to do, but I can't take what's going to come to you in July, all right? And we don't even know we're controllers sometimes, all right? So that's what we're here for. Okay, so some of that portion will be uploaded if you need reiteration. All right,